Hello everyone and Merry Christmas. I hope everyone is excited as I am because 'tis the season for giving, for love, for joy, for peace on earth, and I am happy. Alright? As you can see, I have decorated my background with my Christmas present, my nunchucks. That's right, I have a set of nunchucks, everybody. I hope everybody likes it. But for right now, let's get into today's episode. Today's episode is a history of Generator Rex, but I cannot give you today's episode until I give you guys some news. Hashtag Restore the Snyderverse is today's sponsor, alright? Because people want the Snyderverse back. They want Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot. They want the entire Justice League Snyderverse back. And it is the sponsor of today's episode. Look down below. Alright? Now, for those of you who don't know, James Gunn has taken over the DC Universe and he has fired Henry Cavill. Alright? People are saying that Henry Cavill was fired because he refused to manscape. I don't believe that. Another piece of news I want to give everybody is the fact that Marvel has announced that they will be shortening the number of releases that they will be giving a year. Alright? This is due to the fact that they are... See, I don't know the real reason, but people are rumoring that they are losing money for some reason, but I don't believe it. But we'll talk about that some other time. Alright, we'll talk about that when we have more news. The final piece of news I want to give you guys is from the world of entertainment. DJ Twitch has passed away. He passed away from suicide. And to those of you who ever have thoughts of suicide, who ever have the overwhelming urge, just talk to somebody, okay? Talk to somebody, all right? Call the suicide hotline if you don't want to talk to friends or family, all right? And for those of you who don't know, DJ Twitch has been the DJ on the Ellen DeGeneres Show for years. He was also in Magic Mike XXL. He has been in 3 Step Up films, and he was also in Stomp the Yard Homecoming. Now, I don't know why he passed away. I don't know why he would do this to himself, but it was very sad. With all that news given to you guys, let's get into today's episode. Remember, like and subscribe. Generator Rex had its television debut in April of 2010, and it had its last episode in January of 2013. It lasted 5 seasons and a TV special where he crossed over with Ben 10. Generator Rex was created by Man of Action, who also gave us Ben 10, Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Alien Swarm, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, and it was one of those guys who created a lot of cool stuff, alright? Now, he hasn't done a lot, but Ben 10, Generator Rex are 2 of his most prized possessions. Now, with the non-fiction origin said, let's get into the fictional origin, shall we? And remember, like and subscribe. Years ago, in a remote location known as Abyssus, a group of scientists were trying to create nanites. See, Rex's brother and his parents were trying to create nanites to cure diseases, regenerate bones, regenerate limbs, regenerate organs. It was supposed to be a simple thing, but there were some people who thought that the power of living machines could be used as a weapon, and thus came the accident. The nanite event changed everything. You see, the nanites got released and it exploded all over the entire planet, transmutating like 50% of the planet. Everyone on the planet was infected with nanites, but only the transmutations didn't happen until later. And it was then that Providence was created. Providence was created to control and contain EVOs, extra evolved creatures. Now, the reason being because the regular military could not handle this, so they had to create a special military just for EVOs, alright? And Agent 6 and White Knight were the first special agents to be used in Providence. Agent 6 and White Knight were 2 of the first special agents of Providence, along with Dr. Holiday. But while on a mission, Agent 6 met Rex when he was only 9 years old, and saw that Rex could cure EVOs and decided to bring him back to Providence to meet Dr. Holiday. 6 suggests to Holiday that they take Rex under their wing, train him, and help him use his powers. She reluctantly agrees. However, this also leads to a confrontation with White Knight, which leads him to become the new poster boy for Providence, the face, if you will. White Knight had no choice but to agree to 6's terms to train Rex, seeing as though he can no longer leave his purification tube. there you guys have it, the origin of Generator Rex. Now, let's move into some important moments within the series. And we're going to start with one important moment is when we meet Van Kleiss. See, Van Kleiss, he's one of those guys who, he was a third-rate lab hack who became an Evo, and now he declares himself the king of Evos. And he has his own crew called the Pack, which consists of Beowulf, Scalamander, Cersei, and Breach. Alright? And I gotta tell you, let's move on and talk about Breach, shall we? The final important moment that you need to know is in the final episode, when Rex uses a machine and he cures every Evo around the planet. Now, you see, Rex's Evo powers, you know what? Let's talk about that in powers and abilities. Now, I only have 3 favorite moments, alright? My first favorite moment, my third favorite moment is when we meet Cersei, alright? Cersei, let's just say she and Rex have a crush on each other, and they are destined to die together, alright? It is a beautiful friendship, turns into a beautiful relationship, and at the end, she finally kisses him, and I have to say, it was amazing because I like young love, alright? I am such a romantic, and it's stupid, but it's also very, very me.
My second favorite episode and or moment is the episode known as Divided by 6. Agent 6 is known as the 6th most dangerous man on the planet, and numbers 2 through 5 come to collect him to help his master known as Number 1. However, in this episode, they don't want to cure Number 1, they want to kill Number 1. Rex and 6 work together to not only stop them, but to also save 1.
My number 1 favorite episode is the crossover event between Generator Rex and Ben 10 known as Heroes United. I highly recommend it because in that episode, Ben 10 merges with turns an upgrade, and he merges with Rex to improve his weapons. It was so awesome. Alright? Now, with all that said and done, let's get into powers and abilities, shall we? Remember, like and subscribe. The first thing you need to know about Rex's powers is the fact that he's a technopath. He can communicate and control machines with his mind, alright? The second thing you need to know about him is that because he can control machines with his mind, means that he can cure Evos.
Being able to control nanites, he has the ability to create amazing machines throughout his body. You have his big gloves, his slam cannon, you have his cycle, and then you have his retro wings. Now, no weapons are the same, like his BFS, aka his big fat sword. Now, what really is unique about Rex is the Omega 1 nanite, which gives him the ability to create a flying surfboard, which has the ability to fly at least Mach 1. Then you have his whip, and then you have his Punk Buster gloves, and then you have his giant axes, which, I'm going to be honest with you, his giant axes, they were first revealed in Divided by 6. Now, the final weapon that we're going to talk about is his shields. Now, Rex has the ability to control these, but they are limited by his emotional state, meaning that he needs to keep his temper in check if he wants to use his weapons.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Curtis Zone. I thank you so much for joining in, for tuning in. I hope that everyone comes up with a way for me to decorate my background for it. If you do, just leave it in the comment section down below. And remember, restore the Snyderverse, everybody. And remember, like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you just want to make a request for a history of episode or any episode period, just leave it in the comment section below. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.